Had I have got to the hospital about 2 hours later, I would have died. My organs were shutting down. My liver, kidneys, everything. They were gonna have to put me on dialysis. They didn't think I was gonna make it. My bottom was gonna be death. I remember just walking around my house and thinking every single day, like, I'm gonna die.
Hey, I don't know what Google or whoever said that I was dead. Boy, the devil is a lie. I'm very much alive, sir. Very much alive. I'm covered in the blood. I ain't going nowhere. You hear? Alright, y'all. I'm finna sell my soul. I'm gonna hit y'all when I'm through. I'm gonna be rich as hell. Alright?
This nigga tripping, bro. I told him, bro, man, he trying to sell his soul, man. Look, Juice selling his soul. It ain't take too long, Illuminati, man.
What'd you say, Coop?
In this video, I'm going to be exposing Eminem, Lil Tay, and Juice WRLD because they openly faked the death of these three characters in the media. So I'll be exposing that along with their other characters. So let's get right into the video. First, we need to talk about Eminem because on December 9th, Google changed Eminem's bio and they said that he died on December 10th. And this was very scripted. Obviously, everything they do is by the numbers. So they said that he died on December 10th, 2023, which has a date numerology of 65. And as you can see, fake killing equals 65 in gematria. So this entire thing was scripted. And shout out to Divine Sade because she made a really good video about Eminem on December 8th. And then the next day, this whole situation happened where they said that Eminem was gonna die on December 10th. So this was all damage control to her video. I'll put a link to her video in the description. I highly recommend you guys check it out after you watch this video. I'm not surprised that they faked Eminem's death in the media because as you can see, Eminem and died have the same gematria of 18 in the same cipher. So this character was already scripted to be put in headlines with the word dead and die because he also matches up with dead. As you can see, Eminem and dead have the same gematria as well with the number 346. And he refers to himself as Slim Shady as well. And Slim Shady equals 38, just like killing in the same cipher. So even though this character's death was fake in the media, I'm pretty sure later on they're going to actually kill off this character in the media. So don't be surprised if that happens. This whole situation seems like predictive programming for when they actually kill this character off. And I bet they're going to wait a few years before they kill off this character because they want people to forget about this situation when they do it. This character is very scripted with death. Eminem's birthday is October 17th and kill equals 17. So here's another screenshot of how his page looked on December 9th. And as you can see, they said that he was going to die on December 10th. And there was a Reddit about it. This person said Eminem died tomorrow. This is proof that they script out these situations because nobody can edit things on Wikipedia when it's about a celebrity. So this means that whoever runs the internet purposely edited Eminem's bio on Google to show that he was going to die the next day. So they're being very subtle. It's almost like they're letting us know that they plan out these characters' deaths ahead of time. So as you can see, they edited his bio and they said death date equals tomorrow. And as you can see, the revision was made on December 9th. So they're letting us know in plain sight that celebrities' deaths are staged. And Google responded to this entire situation on December 13th at 11:22 a.m. And 13 is a very matrix number. This is why matrix starts with an M. And M is the 13th letter. So they use the number 13 a lot. And then you can see that the time this was posted was 11:22. And 11 plus 22 is 33. So there's just so much scripting with this entire situation. And Google said that a hacker made all of this happen. But that doesn't make any sense because Google is one of the biggest companies in the world. So how are they getting hacked? They love to blame hackers for all of these things. But if you notice, you never actually find out who the hacker is. You know, if it was true that a hacker did this, don't you think they would find the hacker that did it? Especially considering that this is one of the biggest companies in the world. The same thing happened with Lil Tay. They try to say that a hacker hacked her Instagram and said that she died. But that entire situation was faked and I proved it in my video. So anyways, as you can see, here's another article that says Eminem is dead ? And notice what they said. They said Google search shows that Eminem has died today and this fake news has left his fans confused and angry. So they're literally playing with people's emotions, man. This is why it's very important to be detached from celebrities because when they do stuff like this, they're literally harvesting people's energy and playing with people's emotions. Here's some reactions from some fans. This person said, "Do not scare me like this." And another person said, that guy should be jailed. He gave me an attack. So this person literally said that he almost got a heart attack just because of this information. This shows that people are way too attached to celebrities. This is why Eminem has that song Stan, where he's literally admitting that he has fans that are very attached to him. And then another person said, neither Eminem nor Bia is dead. Anyone who actually does die, no one's gonna believe it. So this person knows that they do so much death faking that regular people don't know what's real or what's fake. And that's actually what they want, which is why they do stuff like this. And apparently they also said that Bia died on that same day. As you can see, here's a screenshot that says she died on December 10th, 2023. And how I know all of this was scripted and planned, Bia responded to this situation. If you guys want more information about Bia, go check out Divine Sade's video because she's based off of a death faker. So I'm not surprised that they faked her death in the media recently because she's based off of Whitney Houston. And Whitney Houston is a death faker, so that's a huge connection. I'll put a link to this video in the description. So on December 10th, they faked multiple celebrities' deaths, but the two biggest ones were Bia and Eminem. And the weirdest thing about this date is the fact that it's December 10th, which is 2 days after the anniversary of Juice WRLD's death. And this is interesting because this proves that everything they do is scripted. You know, what are the chances that Juice WRLD's date of death is December 8th and Juice WRLD's favorite rapper was Eminem, and then they fake Eminem's death in the media on December 10th. And now that Juice WRLD is dead, they magically have all of these songs together. But I'm gonna prove that all of this was scripted because these two characters were scripted way before. As you can see, Eminem had this rap battle in 1997 where he battled a guy named Juice. So this is a huge connection and foreshadowing to the collaboration that he was going to have with Juice WRLD later on in his career. And keep in mind, this was in 1997 and Juice WRLD was created in 1998. So this shows that they had his entire character scripted from the very beginning because there's so many connections. Another one is that Juice WRLD freestyled to many Eminem beats in 2018. So this was before he faked his death. And then right after he faked his death, Eminem magically has a Juice WRLD feature that he put on his album called Music to be Murdered By, which is very ironic because Juice WRLD supposedly died right before this. And then they recently did this Eminem and Juice WRLD AI in this music video called Doomsday with YBN Cordae. And this is very weird because why did they need to AI Eminem if he's still alive? And the fact that they could even AI these characters shows that they're not real. Here's another picture of this Juice WRLD AI, and it's crazy how much this looks like Juice WRLD. So let's recap the timeline real quick. So Juice WRLD fakes his death on December 8th, 2019. And then on December 10th, 2023, they faked Eminem's death in the media. And then a few days after that, they released a collaboration of Juice WRLD and Eminem called Lace It. Don't you guys find that weird? You know, it seems like all of this was a publicity stunt, which shows that everything they do is scripted and fake. And the biggest mockery of it all, it's called Lace It. And apparently Juice WRLD died from drugs. I'm not sure if they said he was laced or not, but I do remember that he made a song talking about Lil Peep and how he was laced. So all of it was scripted. And the most ironic thing about this is that Juice WRLD was a big drug addict. And of course, Eminem was also a big drug addict. And now he always brags about how he's sober. Right here, he's doing one-eye symbolism with his sober token. And the ironic thing about Eminem's sobriety date, his official sobriety date is April 20th, 2008. And ironically, April 20th is the day that everybody smokes weed. So I just find it weird that he would start sobriety on that day. And also, I don't understand why people sympathize celebrities when they do drugs. But when it's a real person, they look at them bad and don't even want to help them. But anyways, now let's get into the scripting of Juice WRLD's death. So his real name is Jared. And as you can see, Jared equals 38, just like murder in the same cipher. And then Juice WRLD and Fake Death have the same gematria of 38 in the same cipher as well. And Juice WRLD literally admitted that he was going to fake his death in 2017. So on April 24th, 2017, he said, "My goal is to get overly famous, shine for a couple years, then fake my death." And this is a real tweet. You can look it up yourself. It's still up on his Twitter. So this shows that this character literally admitted what he was going to do and the scripting of his entire character. This was literally the script because he followed the entire script that he said in this tweet. You know, he said his goal was to get overly famous, and that happened the year after this tweet. You know, he got famous in 2018. Then he said he was going to shine for a couple years and then fake his death, and that's exactly what happened. After he got famous in 2018, he was only famous for 2 years, and then he faked his death. And even the date of this tweet is scripted. As you can see, the date numerology of April 24th, 2017 is 38, and death equals 38. And also, I forgot to put it in here, but the time of this tweet is 9:44, and kill equals 44 in gematria, so that's another connection as well. So the date of that tweet was April 24th, 2017, and the date that he supposedly died was on December 8th, 2019. So he faked his death exactly 31 months after his tweet where he admitted that he was going to fake his death. And as you can see, script equals 31, Juice WRLD equals 31, and Eminem equals 31. And it's crazy that he's connected to Eminem with his tweet about him faking his death, because in 2023 we saw that Eminem faked his death in the media. And on top of that, not only did they fake Eminem's death in the media, but they also did it to Juice WRLD before he actually died. So apparently Google changed Juice WRLD's bio and they said that he died. And apparently he saw this and he responded to it. Check this out.
Hey, I don't know what Google or whoever said that I was dead. Boy, the devil is a lie. I'm very much alive, sir. Very much alive. I'm covered in the blood. I ain't going nowhere. You hear?
So the fact that both of those characters' deaths were faked on Google is crazy to me, because they're so connected in so many ways. Here's another tweet that he made. He posted this picture of somebody that had a fake Juice WRLD account, and it was a Facebook post about Juice WRLD dying, and Juice WRLD responded and he said, "This is fake. I'm alive and prospering." And then on June 17th, 2019, another person mentioned Juice WRLD dying, which is very ironic because this was 6 months before he actually died on the world stage. So this person said if Juice WRLD ends up dying, they're giving up on humanity. And he responded and he said, "I'm not going anywhere. Don't even put things like that in the air. I'm here to stay." So these characters really disgust me, because Juice WRLD tried making it seem that he was going to be alive, but then it contradicts, because why was he talking about faking his death in this tweet in 2017? You know, these characters are very contradictive, and it's really disgusting because this character literally told us his plan and that he was going to fake his death. And then when he actually faked his death, people thought it was real and they all got sad about it, including me, because if you guys watched my first video on this channel, it was about Juice WRLD, and this was before I knew that celebrities were fake. So I was also deceived by this. So I know that many other people were also deceived with this character and many other characters that faked their death. So this is why I dedicate my channel to really exposing celebrities, because this is one of the deepest topics, because celebrities are the reason why everybody's programmed and mind controlled. And if everyone detached from celebrities, they wouldn't even exist, and the whole system would fall. So a lot of people ask me, why do I make these videos? And this is exactly why, because most people don't understand that celebrities are actually the main reason why they have control over all of us. People choose to support them rather than real people. So here's another tweet from 2016 where he said, "Never been afraid to die, but he's always been afraid to die before he gets where he's going." So this is yet again another reference to him dying. And he also has a tattoo of a skull with 999 on it, so that's another death reference. And then he has this song where he says he's not making it past 21.
We're making it past 21.
In that song he said he's not making it past 21, and ironically he never made it past 21 on the world stage. So again, that was another time where he did predictive programming. And this character used to always wear 999, and 9 signifies the end, so that's why this character died. You know, 9 is the number of completion. It's the last single digit number. So this is why many death fakers are connected to the number 9 or 99. So the interesting thing about this character is the fact that he died 6 days after turning 21. And I don't think that's a coincidence, considering that he has so many pictures throwing up the 6 in plain sight. So he dies 6 days after his birthday, and he has all these pictures throwing up the 6. It's almost like he was letting us know what he was going to do. And in this picture, not only is he throwing up the 6, but he's also doing the vow of silence by covering his mouth. And here he is doing the 6 again. So the fact that this character died 6 days after his birthday should show you that all of this is scripted. Because if you guys haven't noticed, many death fakers actually die around their birthday. Me and Sade have pointed this out in many videos. Another weird thing about this character's death is the fact that the date of his death is connected to so many other death fakers. So Juice WRLD's date of death is December 8th. And before him, there was another character called John Lennon who also faked his death on December 8th. And of course, Juice WRLD mentioned John Lennon. Check this out.
Really feel like John Lennon.
So don't you guys find that weird? He mentions John Lennon, who died on December 8th, and then he ends up dying on December 8th. And then this other character, Slim 400, also died on December 8th. And he has a picture with Juice WRLD. I forgot to put it in here, but if I could find it, I'll put it on the screen right now. So that's another huge connection. And you guys can go watch my video about Slim 400 and Young Dolph. I'll put a link to that video in the description. And then Nicki Minaj was also born on December 8th. So there's a high possibility that this character might fake her death, or somebody around her might die. And we've already seen that her father died recently, so I wouldn't be surprised if more people around her start dying. I have many videos exposing Juice WRLD and his other characters, so I'm not going to get too deep into that in this video. As you can see, he's based off of the rapper Lucky, and he's also mixed with Kyle Lowry. If you guys are interested in those videos, the link to the playlist is in the description. I will make a separate video exposing all of Juice WRLD's characters in one video because he has many other characters as well that I haven't mentioned, so stay tuned for that video. Now let's talk about Lil Tay, because she faked her death in the media back in August. So what are the chances that 4 months after she fakes her death, Eminem fakes his death? They were really playing with people's emotions during this time. I highly recommend you guys watch my first video about Lil Tay. The link is in the description. This character was heavily scripted with death, so I'm not surprised that they faked her death in the media. As you can see, Lil Tay matches up with murder in 3 ciphers. They both equal 79, 83, and 38. And then Lil Tay and fake death have the same gematria of 33 in the same cipher. And then Lil Tay and death hoax also share the same gematria with the number 267. And then Lil Tay and death faker also match up with the number 79. So she's heavily connected to death. It's very interesting that her name equals 38, because as you can see, Juice WRLD's real name equals 38, Lil Tay equals 38, and Slim Shady equals 38. So all 3 of these characters are connected to the number 38, and they all have faked their death in the media. So that's why I really wanted to make this video, because it's very clear that all 3 of these characters are connected. This is why they faked Eminem's death 4 months after Lil Tay. And look at this article. They said Lil Tay died, now she wants to be a pop star. The way they worded this article shows that her character was scripted to fake her death and get all of this attention and then become a pop star right after. And of course, that's exactly what she did. Now she's making this music and pushing a huge agenda. As you can see, she's wearing orange, and orange equals 33, just like masonry. And I can't talk too much about this character because she's very young. So I'm going to make a separate video on Patreon because I can't talk about certain things on this platform. But as you can see, she's flipping off the camera because all celebrities hate their fans and they hate humans in general because they're not real humans. And as you can see, this character is dressing very provocative, which is very disturbing considering how young this character is. I mean, the fact that she's only 16 is crazy because she's pushing a very disturbing agenda right now. Right here, she dressed up as Britney Spears, and in the caption, she said, "I'm a slave for you," and she tagged Britney. Lil Tay dressed up as Britney Spears for Halloween, and the outfit that she wore, it was very provocative and evil because Britney Spears literally has a snake around her neck, and her eyes look very demonic right here. If you guys want more information about Britney Spears, I recommend you guys watch my video about this topic because Britney Spears is based off of Marilyn Monroe. And shout out to Sade. She has 4 videos about this topic as well. So the playlist to all of these videos is in the description. And keep in mind, even though Lil Tay is very young, she's still a character on the world stage. I'm tired of people thinking that just because a celebrity is young, that it makes them real. Because that's not true. Even the celebrity children are involved and are fake. This is why Lil Tay is doing Symbolism in plain sight right now. Here's another picture where she's doing Symbolism, and most people won't notice it because of how subtle she's doing it right here. And then she posted this picture. She tagged this person called Illuminati, which looks like Illuminati. And now she's pushing this very weird agenda. She looks like a box in these pictures, and this makes a person look masculine. So this is why she's pushing this agenda. And she's been a character since day one. This is why even back then, she has pictures doing Symbolism. Here's another picture where she's covering one eye, and this is purposely done. None of this is a coincidence. Here she is covering one eye very subtly again. And then right here she has a picture in a tub. And in case you guys didn't know, many characters actually have pictures in a tub. And many death fakers in particular, like Whitney Houston and Aaron Carter. And there's many more death fakers that also died in a tub. And they pushed many agendas with this character. Why was she in a music video with Chief Keef? You know, this grown man from Chicago did a music video with this young Asian girl. You know, it doesn't make any sense. And of course, they're sitting on a red couch with a brick wall behind them. And Chief Keef is wearing red as well. And I have a video about Chief Keef because he's based off of DMX. So if you guys are interested in that video, the link's in the description. Now let's talk about Lil Tay's other characters, because I actually found another character that she's mixed with. So if you guys remember in my first video about Lil Tay, I mentioned the fact that Lil Tay's base character is RiceGum. As you can see, not only do they look so much alike right here, but they're even doing the same symbolism in these two pictures. And as always, when they're creating celebrities, they don't just base them off of one character. Most of the time, they base them off multiple characters to give the illusion of a new celebrity. So this character was also mixed with Lael. And I don't know much about this character, but I noticed the resemblance right after I made my last video about Lil Tay. And I noticed a lot of you guys noticed the similarities as well in my comments. So yeah, this character was created to push a capitalist agenda along with many other agendas that I can't talk about on YouTube. So I will make a separate video on my Patreon, because there's a video of this character openly admitting her agenda. You know, she was designed to push the P agenda. Here's a recent video of her still pushing the same capitalist agenda in a very obnoxious way.
What's up? It's Lil Tay. You know what the I'm about. I ain't gotta say it. Number one, I came back after 5 years. Y'all still broke. I'm 100% independent. You try to stop me? You can't. I make it back every time. You try to stop me? You try to swap me? You can't. I come back every time, and I come back better. Who the doing it like me?
So like I said, Lil Tay has another video admitting that she pushes the P agenda, but I can't talk about that on here. So go check out my Patreon. I will be posting that video very soon on there. And I recently posted another video about Akademiks and 6ix9ine, because there was a lot of clips that were deleted from my 6ix9ine video recently, and I was only able to post them on Patreon. So the link to my Patreon is in the description. Last thing I want to talk about is Eminem's other characters. So last year I made this video called Eminem is Immortal, and of course right after I made this video, they removed it from the search. So you can't even search up this video anymore. So if you guys want to watch it, you have to click the link in the description, or you can look for it on my channel. I really feel like they hid this video from the search because of how deep it was. I literally exposed like over 20 celebrities that have immortal characters in this video. So here's some more comparisons of Eminem and his immortal character. This guy was an emperor called Severus Alexander, and they recycled his image and created Eminem. You know, it's that simple. There's many people that get confused about this, but all they're doing is recycling the same images over and over and deceiving you over and over with the same characters, just with a different variation. So here's some more comparisons of Severus Alexander and Eminem. And Eminem has this song where he mentions a person called Alexandra.
I don't want to hassle you, Alexandra.
His base character is called Alexander.
Wait, Alexandra who?
And Severus Alexander was an emperor, and emperors are basically kings. You know, they're more so kings of kings, but they're still considered kings. So I find it interesting that Eminem has many songs where he mentions the fact that he's a king. In this song, he says he had a dream that he was king.
Had a dream, I was king. I woke up, still king.
So he's talking about the fact that he was a king because, like I just showed you guys, he was literally a king back in the day called Severus Alexander. And then he has this other song where he says, "This world is mine for the taking, make me king."
This world is mine for the taking, make me king.
And then right after that, he says, "As we move toward a new world order."
As we move toward a new world order.
So he's admitting that his main agenda is to promote the new world order. And that's what all celebrities' agenda is at the end of the day, because they do not care about you. These are very evil beings. This is why he has this song called Bad Meets Evil. And the cover is very dark. There's a person in the trunk of his car. And of course, there's a full moon in the background. And I believe Bad Meets Evil is the name of his group with Royce da 5'9", and they have a song together called Welcome to Hell. So it's very obvious that these characters do not have your best interest in mind. They're very evil and they let us know in plain sight. So now let's move on to his other character, which is Tom Green. As you can see, these two characters look exactly alike in these three comparisons right here. Feel free to pause the video and look at them for yourself, because they look so much alike. And I made a video about this 2 years ago. The link to this video is also in the description. That showed more connections between Tom Green and Eminem. But the biggest connection of them all is the fact that Eminem mentioned Tom Green in this song.
Wanna get on TV and just let loose, but can't. It's cool for Tom Green to hump a dead moose.
So I made that video about Eminem and Tom Green in 2021. And I mentioned this song. This was like the biggest connection of that video. And then 2 years after that video, Tom Green responded with Damage Control.
In a freaking Eminem song.
Yeah, I know, it's wild. I was just driving in Los Angeles and it came on the radio and I heard it. Nobody had told me about it before. I guess it had just been released. It was pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty cool getting name dropped in an Eminem song. It's funny, sometimes people interpret it like it's a diss, but if you really listen to what he's saying, it's not actually a diss.
Not at all.
He's saying he wants to go on TV and let loose, but he can't, but it's cool for Tom Green to hump a dead moose, right? So he's sort of almost saying he envied the fact that I was able to let loose on TV while he couldn't. But he did, of course, end up getting to let loose on TV himself. And when he did not choose to hump any moose. But that was a Canadian moose as well. So it's two Canadians referenced in that one line. Myself and the moose were both Canadian. That was just outside of Red Deer, Alberta, that I humped that moose. So
another one of Eminem's characters is Wentworth Miller, and this guy was an actor on Prison Break. And as you can see, he looks exactly like Eminem. And notice how they're both doing the same symbolism as well. And the biggest connection here is the fact that Wentworth Miller's biggest show is Prison Break. And in that show, there was a scene where he infiltrated as a police officer and his name was Mathers. As you can see, these are all of his names in the show. And one of the last ones is Police Officer Mathers. And this is a huge connection considering that Eminem's last name is Mathers. So this is a direct connection. And there's many more connections, but I'll make a separate video exposing Eminem and all of his characters, because he actually has more characters that I haven't exposed yet. So stay tuned for that video. Last thing I want to talk about is all of the symbolism that Eminem has along with Juice WRLD, because they have some very symbolic pictures. Right here, he's being very symbolic and evil in this picture. You can tell how evil he is by his eyes. Here he is doing one eye symbolism in plain sight. And then this picture has many symbolic things in it. At first glance, you might not notice, but he's doing one eye symbolism with his hand. Then he has a tattoo of an eye on his shoulder. And then he's doing a triangle with his arm. And he's doing another triangle with the top part of his arm as well. So this shows that everything they do is symbolic. None of this is a coincidence. Here's another picture where he's doing symbolism very subtly. And then here's another picture where he's doing symbolism. You know, at first glance, it might not look like much, but if you pay close attention to his index finger and his thumb, he's actually pointing a gun to his fans. Because like I said, celebrities actually hate us. They're different type of beings that inhabited our planet. And I'm going to talk about that very soon in my next live stream. But anyways, here's another picture where he's doing symbolism. Now let's move on to Juice WRLD's pictures of him doing symbolism as well. Here he is doing one eye symbolism in plain sight on this billboard cover. And then right here, he's doing symbolism with both hands. And I found this picture very disturbing because he's covering the eyes of this person. So he's letting you know that his agenda is to blind you, not just physically, but spiritually and mentally. And it's very obvious that he's doing predictive programming with this picture right here, because he has his eyes up as if he's having an OD. And sure enough, this character ended up having an OD shortly after. Here's another picture where his eyes are closed and he literally looks dead. And I noticed that he has a tattoo that says anti on his hand, and then it says life on his fingers. So if you put that together, it's anti-life. So he's letting you know that he's against life, because celebrities are very dark beings that are against us. So I don't understand why people support them so much. You know, I get attacked a lot in my comments from people supporting celebrities. And it's really sad, because if all of these people knew how demonic they actually were, they wouldn't be supporting them like this. And it's crazy because they let us know in plain sight that they're dark, demonic beings. As you can see right here, he's wearing all black. He's in black water with a bunch of black creatures. And then there's a shadow creature behind him. And I wanted to show this picture because not only is he doing symbolism, but he also has a skull chain on his neck. But the main reason I wanted to show this picture is because when I first looked at this picture, I thought it was fake. You know, this picture looks completely AI, but I looked into it and this is actually a real picture, supposedly, right? So I just wanted to point this out because celebrities do not look real. And what are the chances that he looks AI in this picture and then after he dies, they ended up making an AI version of him in a music video? And lately they've been making a lot of AI versions of celebrities. They recently put Eminem in Fortnite, which shows that he's a character. You know, the fact that they can even create an AI version of him and put him in a video game. Last thing I want to talk about is the fact that Juice WRLD has this music video called Cigarettes, and they put Angus Cloud in this music video. They did a lot of predictive programming with this because Juice WRLD died from an OD, and then they put Angus Cloud in his music video after he died, and then Angus Cloud ends up having an OD as well. And Angus Cloud's other character is Mac Miller, and he also died from an OD 1 year before Juice WRLD. So I recommend you guys watch my video about Mac Miller and Angus Cloud. The link is in the description. And I noticed that they dropped this music video on March 3rd. And when you write that out, it's 3/3 like 33. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to drop a like, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications, subscribe to my Patreon. Like I said, I will be doing a video about Lil Tay's agenda, so stay tuned for that video. The link to my Patreon is in the description. Thank you all so much for your support, and I'm out.
We was in a movie together, and the video was the Dre video. I'm representing for the gangsters. Wasn't you on the beach running on that video?
Was I in that video?
Yeah, you was running on the beach. That was like your debut album.
I was?
You was running on the beach.
Why
with
the do I not remember?
You was running on the beach with damn near no clothes on.
What the Yo, you gotta show me that.
You was Slim Shady, cuz. You was like crazy back then. Like real crazy. You don't remember that? Cuz you was running on the beach, cuz, in the video.
What? I don't even, what?
It was a bunch of girls around you.
Oh, yeah, okay. Now I remember.
Come on, man. Quit playing.
I remember now. For some reason, I was thinking, forgot about Dre. Like I had a picture of my performance in that, but that was a whole different song.